Hello everyone, today I'm going to explain 5 technical questions from the CCNA exam. Let's start with the first question. The first question asks, which feature is required for IP-SLA to measure UDP jitter? Which feature or protocol is needed? This question is actually very simple. First of all, LDP is a link discovery protocol used to discover information about neighboring devices. It has nothing to do with jitter measurement, so it's incorrect. Additionally, option C, CDP, is Cisco's proprietary protocol, quite similar to LLDP. Both serve the same fundamental purpose. They're used to discover neighbors, and they also have absolutely nothing to do with jitter, nothing at all to do with UDP jitter. As for EEM, it's even less related. It's essentially an event manager, right? It's an event trigger, so we can eliminate options A, B, and C. The correct answer is D. UDP is used to synchronize the clocks of network devices, so the correct answer is D. Let's look at the correct answer, D. All right, question 2. For the second question, it says, referring to this diagram, which function does this configuration enable? Which function is enabled by this configuration? This is obvious. It's the NAT function. NAT is enabled here, but there are several types of NAT, right? There's static NAT, dynamic NAT, and also PAT, which is port address translation. This one is port forwarding technology. Here, an address pool is configured ranging from 10.1.1.0 to 10.1.150, right? So this is a dynamic NAT. The correct answer is C. Let's take a closer look at the correct answer, which is option C. All right, question 3. The third question is still about NAT. So for the third question, it specifically asks, among the following options, which particular NAT term is precisely defined as a comprehensive set of available NAT addresses? So the dynamic one refers to the NAT address pool, so the correct answer is A. You don't need to look at the others, dynamic NAT, static NAT, and unidirectional NAT. None of those are correct, they're all wrong. The correct answer is A. If you want to learn Cisco technologies or get access to Cisco question banks, feel free to send me a private message or leave a comment below the video to discuss technical topics. All right, question 4. So the fourth question is about remote login. That is to say, which specific command can we meticulously enter into the system to effectively allow for secure and protected remote login access utilizing the SSH protocol, and in addition to the secure SSH connection, also permit and facilitate login access via the telnet protocol? In other words, after carefully configuring which particular command, both the secure SSH protocol and the less secure telnet protocol can be simultaneously used for access. It must unequivocally be the command transport input telnet and SSH. Therefore, the absolutely correct answer to this question is indeed option A. All right, let's look at the next question. For the fifth question, it says, let me enlarge it a bit first. The fifth question says, referring to the diagram, after applying the above configurations, after we've made these configurations, the client and the subnet can't communicate with any hosts outside the subnet. This configuration mainly involves the operation of the address pool, right? In this address pool, the subnet is declared along with its domain name, which is cisco.com. Then there's the DNS 172.16.1.1 and a backup DNS, which is 172.16.2.1. And then these things, there's also the server for the network domain name. And in these configurations, there's something missing. It doesn't specify the default gateway, right? Since the default gateway isn't specified, we need to configure it. So the absolutely correct answer to this question is indeed D. Let's carefully look at the correct answer once more. It is definitively D. All right, submit. If you want to learn Cisco technologies or get access to Cisco question banks, you can message me privately or leave a comment below the video to discuss technical topics.